Hi, my name is Teresa. Born with a condition called cerebral palsy, which can affect 10,000 infants a year, leaving many and me disabled, with an estimate of 40% being born with severe cases, separated from the world outside that is defined as the normal way of living. Through my precious gift of vision, these two eyes have learned to see and speak, taking leadership of this unfunctional body. But I can never be ripped away from my thoughts and feelings inside me, because there is a strong voice that can sing in harmony to those who want to hear.
Being a parent of a disabled child is a very unique experience that most people probably wouldn't understand unless they were part of that situation. It's with you every moment of the day. You're concerned about the well-being of that person more so than you are with average kids. You're always worried, you're always trying to figure out the best way through a situation instead of letting it be organic.
You know, when they're little, of course you're eager for them to walk and talk, the basic things, right? And when they do those milestones, some of them don't. So you have to learn to adapt to some of those things.
So when I was growing up, my parents tried to, because I have other siblings, they try to keep it fair, and we basically live what you consider as a normal childhood, what you define normal to be.
I've always grown up with the fact that I had my brother who was who he was, and I just grew up with that understanding. And at the same time, I also noticed that there's a big difference between my circle versus other people's circles. And I always tried to find parallels as to why my brother was the way he was and how he's going to develop in the future.
I was little too, so when she was growing, I was growing too. So I, as a child, would believe that I would never see anything different. I would just be myself, and whatever was going around me was going around me.
What's so good is that we never always needed a verbal communication in order to understand each other. Sometimes we can it's the non-verbal cues that I just get. And I could just tell when something's bothering her or she's really upset. And that goes from just living with someone and being with them around all the time. You understand how they are, and she understands how I am. Sometimes she'll notice that I'm just down and laying down on the couch, and she'll be like, what's wrong? And I'll just say, well, I'm just really tired. And she'll be like, you won't want, like she'll ask, you want water or something, and she just, we know it's just, sibling relationship, right?
I stop and try to see what she sees. And so, is it hard some days? Yeah, extremely. But the joys are endless. And every mother will tell you the exact same thing. So really, whether you're a mother with a child with disabilities or a mother of anybody, really our wishes, our hopes, and our dreams are all the same. They're all the same. We're always going to have struggles, but the gravy are the rewards.
There has to be an acceptance. Denial is an enemy that you want to crush. What you can find out is that if you open yourself up to what God has given you, you will understand that it's not merely a challenge, it's also a gift and grace that you should cherish and appreciate.
Having a sibling with special needs is difficult. It's very difficult, but the thing is, he doesn't do it on purpose. He doesn't do it on purpose. He wants to be the best person he can be. He wants to make all of us feel happy and feel comfortable. That's what it comes down to. And the thing is that I feel that I'm glad to have him as a brother, because I don't know what other people would do with having him as a brother. I know what I'm going to do as my brother, and I feel that the grace of God that's been bestowed upon myself and my brother allows us to grow together in a manner that will bring out the best in the both of us and allow that for us to share that with other people around us.
What I hope for Teresa's future is to be happy, to be herself, to continue to contribute to the community, to her gifts, just her being her.
One word I would describe Michelle's future is happiness, because no matter what, I know she's gonna have love. I have no worries about that. I know she has, hopefully, help. You know, anything can happen to anyone at any time. That's the beauty about being human and vulnerable, but I just want her to always be happy. I want her to be herself, and that being happy, and always just doing what she does best and everything else.
I hope for my brother to have happiness in his life. That's what I want the most, you know, whether he's an anchorman over here, or he's working for my dad, or he's working for as a videographer, or he's working as a coder, or it doesn't matter. I want him to find happiness in life. I want him to find happiness in life. I want him to be happy with the life that he has, whatever path he chooses. I want him to be happy with the family that he has. I want him to be happy with who he is as a person, and I want him to feel like he has a place in this world where he can share his joys and his talents with the people around him, so that way he can bring himself to this world.
Some people might not know this, but being parent of a special needs young adult, you tend to be a little bit overprotective of them, and so you always have thoughts of where you're going to leave them. Do you know these people? Are these people going to be supportive, nurturing, loving? You never have to think of those concerns with the Sara Elizabeth Centre. It's that time during the day where we know that she is with people that she loves, doing things that she loves, and she is in a warm and nurturing environment. And so it gives us a respite during the day to know that Melissa's doing things that she wants to do, and we can go about our lives not worried.
My sister right now goes to Sara Elizabeth Centre, and what's really awesome about going there is that they really try to enable her artistic ability. And she gets to have fun with her friends, of course, and it's always great, but she has a talent that, I'm telling you straight up, and I don't know if I already mentioned it before, I can't draw for peanuts, I don't know how to draw a peanut, and she has it. She has that artistic ability that makes her so special, and there's other ways too. She learns how to play music, and she knows words to songs that I didn't even know she would know words to, and I'm like, how do you even know this song? She's like, I just do. Like, it's just, she knows how to use a computer. She taught herself how to use YouTube. She watches cooking channel all the time. She's absolutely amazing. And those programs just enhance her ability and allow her to do it more in a public setting as opposed to just doing it at home.
My brother is in the right place with being an anchorman in the SEC. Like, he's just full of energy. He makes people excited. He gets people excited, and he's the perfect shoe-in. Like, honestly, like, he is in the right place where he wants to be, where his talents just flourish. You know, thanks to Sara Elizabeth Centre, his talents can flourish thanks to his anchorman position, and I think he does an amazing job.
And we don't score that off, you know, if you're good at something. It's not a competition. It's not like, well, you're good at something because you're better than the other person, right? It's more like, you're good at this because you're trying, you're passionate about it, and you're getting better every day, right? So it's more of a progression, right? And that's what we're really measuring that on, right?
You know, I often hear about the great work you do from parents and their friends and the friends of friends, and the next thing you know, you have this center being talked about in quarters that you may not even be aware of, but it has a way of finding itself back to you. But you know, I often say, close your eyes and imagine the world without you and without the center. Look how many lives would be adversely affected by your absence. And sometimes the thought of being present is extremely important. But if you look at what the alternative of that would be, meaning being absent, it's a game changer for many people's lives.
I think what they really experience is a sense of community. It's, you know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. And the Sara Elizabeth Centre has been part of my village, together with key people in our lives, key people, family, friends. Some people come in and out and they don't stay, but others stay a lifetime. And those are the people that make up my village. The staff and her friends, and even people who just come in for a little bit through the center, are always part of that village. They're part of that community. And you know, when you think about what family is a group of people who live in communion. Well, that's what they're doing. They don't sleep overnight, but they live in communion for the time that they're there together.
That it's incredible how, with 6 billion people living, over 6 billion living now, when you think of everything that's occurred over, you know, my journey, your journey, is that we find each other in a place like this. It's truly miraculous, and you've done exceptionally well with the work that you've done.
Take